Well, the rise of Reform driving other parties absolutely potty, to the point where in one of the latest by-elections, a major TV debate, well, most of the candidates didn't even turn up, refused to go on. It is quite bizarre and very interesting to see the extent to which Reform now has the establishment rattled. And by the way, if you haven't read my latest article yet, please do go and read it over at Heathen News, my Substack. We're seeing a remarkable rise in support for Reform, including in Scotland. We've seen some local results in Scotland where the party has done very well, and there is going to be a Scottish Parliament by-election for Hamilton, Larkhall and Stonehouse. And in the run-up to this, you've seen more defections to Reform, not just from the Conservatives, but we've also seen this week a Labour councillor actually defecting to Reform, a major boost for the party. And just to remind you, when you look at the latest Holyrood regional voting intention for Scotland, just look at that. It's Reform now who are the main challengers to the SNP. Labour now third, and as you see in so many polls now, the Conservatives drifting into irrelevance. Well, thank you so much to Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's video. PIA is a VPN, that's a virtual private network, which helps encrypt your internet connection. You can see me using PIA on my phone here, and what PIA allows you to do is access on the streaming platforms loads more content. You can change your geolocation. It's also available for all platforms, and also with a single subscription you can protect an unlimited number of devices. And for an 86% discount, you can get PIA for as little as £1.57 per month. Scan the QR code on screen now, or see the link down below. Go to piavpn.com/Michael Heaver. But STV putting on a by-election debate before this big test for all the parties, and remarkably, and I think this is pretty much unprecedented, only the SNP and Reform turned up. In fact, it seems that the Labour candidate, well, his party have absolutely no faith, it seems, in him being on TV, on facing scrutiny.
On Thursday, voters will go to the polls in the Hamilton, Larkhall and Stonehouse Holyrood by-election. It will be the biggest test of Scottish public opinion since last year's Westminster election. The ballot follows the death of the local MSP and Government Minister Christina McKelvey. At the 2021 Scottish Parliament election, she held on to the seat for the SNP with a majority of 4,500 over Labour. In recent Scottish opinion polls, there are 6 parties enjoying significant support. We invited each of their by-election candidates to join us for a debate, an opportunity for them to defend themselves and question their opponents. STV has hosted by-election hustings many times, but in this contest, 4 of the 6 candidates have declined to cross swords. But we are pleased to have with us the SNP's candidate Katie Loudon and Reform UK's candidate Ross Lambie.
So in the end, you had just 2 candidates. You had SNP's Katie Loudon and Reform's Ross Lambie, the only 2 candidates turning up for this debate. And very clear in the run-up to this by-election, as I say, that Reform really does have the establishment rattled.
Ross Lambie, what are you getting on the doorsteps?
Yeah, it's a real across-the-board dissatisfaction with the whole political establishment. They feel that there's been a lost generation. You know, they feel that they're in danger of having another lost generation. They're not seeing any offers from any of the political establishment which gives them hope for the future of their kids. And they're getting to breaking point. And the one thing that I'm getting on the doors is a sense of urgency. And they feel that the current political establishment don't have that sense of urgency. But when they speak to Reform, we are saying, yes, it's urgent. We need to do some big decisions just now, make some big changes. And that's why people are kind of being excited by the new guys on the block, which is Reform.
Very interesting shift again now, that other parties not even turning up, not even putting candidates forward for a TV debate ahead of that big by-election. Please do let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. I will, of course, keep bringing you all the latest on this and much more though. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.